my name is Annie and welcome back to my channel, Teens Under Christ. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. If you got your bell notification, thank you for having them turned on. Also, if you got this video sent to you, thank you so much and for watching it. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to show all the love you guys have. Also, you can comment down below any questions that you guys might have about anything that I say or have said in the past, so I can clear up any of your thoughts, any of your confusions, any of your not understanding. That's why I'm here, to help you guys learn. Today we are reading chapter 7. We already read Mary's news, the birth of Jesus, the boy Jesus, Jesus is tested, fishes and wine, and preaching and healing. So if you want to check out any of those 6 chapters, go ahead and check them out. Like that you guys know how we got to the 2 chapters we're going to read today. Feeding the 5,000 is based off of Matthew 14, Mark 6, Luke 9, and John 6. So if you want to see like how this book got its information, it is from those books of the Bible. Feeding the 5,000. Soon, people from all over Galilee traveled to hear what Jesus had to say. The crowds that followed him continued to grow, and many Jews began to believe that this could be the long-awaited Messiah, or the chosen deliverer of Israel. However, as fast as he was becoming popular, Jesus was making enemies as well. One day, Jesus went by a boat to a remote place to spend some time with his disciples. However, he was greeted by a crowd of people eager to hear him preach. When it grew late, the disciples asked him to send the crowds away, for there was nothing for them to eat. They only had 5 loaves and 2 fishes between them, not enough to feed the crowd. They had, I think it was 5,000 people. And Jesus only had he only had 5 fish and 2 loaves of bread, and they were all people that came to hear the good news. Instead, Jesus took the disciples 5 loaves and 2 fish, gave thanks to God, and broke the loaves. He gave the food to the disciples and told them to share it among the people. To their surprise, there was enough to feed everyone, the 5,000 gathered there. Jesus sent the disciples back to Galilee by boat. He told the crowd to go home, and he went to the mountainside alone to pray. A storm began to brew, and the disciples' boat, which was not far from land, was rocked by waves. So, what happened here is Jesus went to a remote place to go have some alone time with the disciples and him. And then when he got there, there was like a huge crowd of fans like waiting for him. So then he said, let them be here. And then the disciples said, we don't have enough food for them. We only have like so little food, not enough to feed 5,000 people. So he gave thanks to God for the food, and there was enough food to give to everyone, and there was even leftover food. So then he told the disciples to go home, and for the fans to go home, for him to stay alone on the mountain. And then a really big storm blew up. During the early hours of the morning, Jesus walked across the water towards the storm-battered boat. When the disciples saw him, they thought he was a ghost, and they were terrified. Immediately, Jesus spoke to him. "Take courage," he said. "It is I." Peter replied, "It is finally you, Lord," "It is finally you. Command me to walk across the water to you." "Come," said Jesus. Peter got out of the boat and began to walk on the water. But as soon as the wind gusted, he was afraid and began to sink. "Lord, save me," he cried. Jesus held his hand and caught him, saying, "How little faith you have." His disciples then knew for certain that he was the Son of God, and they worshipped him. So here we see that it's saying how quick fear can take over us and our faith. Fear and faith. They're 2 words that start with the same letter but are completely different. If you have fear, it's really hard. It's kind of impossible to have faith, because faith is about being able to overcome like those fears and being able to trust somebody. And as soon as fear kicks in, you lose your faith and you can lose it very easily. And as soon as Peter did. I accidentally read the wrong title, but the correct title is Entry to Jerusalem. It's based off of Matthew 21, Mark 11, Luke 20, and John 2 and John 12. Entry to Jerusalem. When the people came to the region of Syria, Philip, Jesus asked the disciples who people thought he was. They answered, John the Baptist, Elijah, or some other prophet. But Peter confirmed that he knew Jesus to be the Son of God. Jesus then explained to the disciples that he must travel to Jerusalem, where he would suffer, be killed, and rise again. Peter refused to believe it, but 6 days later, the voice of God came to them in a shining cloud, saying, This is my own dear Son, with whom I am pleased. Listen to him. As they neared Jerusalem, Jesus sent 2 disciples ahead into the next village, where he said they would find a donkey and her colt. Bring them to me, he said. Tell anyone who tries to stop you that the Lord needs them. The disciples found the 2 animals. They brought them back to Jesus and laid their cloaks over the colt for Jesus to sit on. Thousands of Jews gathered to spread cloaks and branches across the road in front of Jesus. As you can see, they have like palm trees and like people are like, like saying Hosanna. The people shouted joyfully, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. As Jesus entered Jerusalem, the clamor of the crowds rose. The people of the city, who asked, Who is this? To which the new Jews replied, This is Jesus, the prophet from Nazareth in Galilee. So now people are like 100% knowing, like, this is Jesus. Like, this is the real deal. This is not just some prophet. This is not just some pastor, some like teacher. Like, this is the real deal. Like, this is the big guy. Well, like, God is the big guy, but like he's like pretty, like he's the big guy on earth at the moment. When Jesus reached the temple that he had visited when he was 12, he found it had been turned into a marketplace. Men were selling animals for sacrifice and exchanging money for festival visitors. This made Jesus very, very angry. He drove the animals away and scattered tables covered in money, crying, How dare you turn my father's house into the den of thieves? Because these are like tax people are here, like people are selling animals here, like they're like selling them for like higher prices that they shouldn't. They're selling things for like the wrong prices, like, and not even the fact that they're like selling things and selling animals. The fact that they're selling things in the house of the Lord that don't have to do anything with God is a complete, like, it's a holy place, and it is like the temple of God. Like, it's not a place to be having like full carnivals. Like, it's not a marketplace. It's like a holy place that should be like sacred. Jesus then began to heal the sick who came to see him. The chief priests of Jerusalem watched Jesus' growing popularity with alarm. They were frightened that Jesus was encouraging the people to revolt against their Roman rulers. They became angry when they heard children shouting, Praise to the Son of David! Do you hear what these children are saying? Jesus replied, Yes, I do. Do you want the children to stop Do you want to stop children from praising God? Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day. See you guys in my next video. We'll check those out in the next video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good day. Bye-bye.